Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So today I just wanted to do basically a quick intro in relation to what my channel is going to be about, a little bit about me and my journey, my story, and everything basically hair loss related, the process that I've been through, obviously trying to find a way to fix it. I've done a lot of searching on YouTube about videos, remedies, like sort of everything like that. And I want to find something that's obviously going to work, which then I can refer on to sort of everybody else that's going through something similar to what I'm going through basically. There's a lot of other things that are going to be on my channel as well. So I haven't had the best time health-wise. I've suffered from hair loss. I've had a few issues like that, and also I'm currently getting my teeth fixed with Invisalign, which is really exciting as well. I am halfway through it, but I did say I wanted to obviously vlog it just to let everybody know a little bit more about Invisalign and what you can do if you're not happy with your smile as well. So there's a few different things that are going to basically feature on my channel, which is going to be my Invisalign process, before and after results, what it's like to have Invisalign, my hair loss journey, and a few other things as well. I'm thinking about getting core sculpting done, so obviously if I get that, then obviously that's something that I'm going to vlog as well, which is going to be like a really interesting process, and loads and loads and loads of things. Basically wanted to start with a little intro today in regards to my hair loss. I'll tell you a little bit of a back history behind it, and then also what I'm going to be vlogging as well is I'm going to be getting mesotherapy and also PRP to try and combat my hair loss, which is going to be obviously quite interesting. So let's take it from here. I first started suffering from hair loss about 8 years ago now. My hair, everyone thinks like, oh my god, she's got like such thick hair, she's so lucky, when in reality my hair was probably twice as thick as it is now. For me, this is really thin, and obviously, to be honest with you, that is quite a big issue for me. So I started suffering from hair loss about 8 years ago. When I say my hair went thin, my hair went very, very thin. I could pin it all up pretty much on my head with like one bobby pin. It was so severe. It was very, very bad. It was when I was a lot younger, so I didn't really know what to do about it. I went to a clinic in central London, and they said I had dispersed alopecia. I was losing, people, when they think of hair loss, they think, oh, you know, you can lose like naturally like 100 hairs a day and it's fine. When I say I was losing a lot of hair, I was losing clumps of hair pretty much every day, similar to sort of like this amount, which is not normal. That's not 100 hairs a day, and that's not a normal amount of hair to lose for anybody unless you've literally had a baby. It's crazy. So I went up to this clinic about 8 years ago, and I said, look, obviously, you know, this has been going on for a while, I need to do something. I paid about £3,000 for like a treatment course. They put me on minoxidil, 5%. It was a really, really long process. I had like a laser comb. I went to see them to get like in-house treatments like once a week. I don't live in central London, I live in Surrey. So for me, it was like a very, very long journey. It's got worse. So my hair started falling out more, which to be honest with you wasn't ideal. It was something that affected me a lot. I was crying, I was upset pretty much like every single day. The hair loss went on for about a year before the shedding started to slow down. And then after that, I literally just stopped the minoxidil because I felt like it was making it so much worse. Where it was such a long time ago, I don't really remember like everything that happened. I just remember I was trying to take like vitamins. I had like blood tests from my doctor, and everyone said it was like normal. After about a year, like I said, the shedding just stopped, and then it took about 2 years for my hair to recover and grow back. But it did take a while, and it was a long process. So literally in like that 8-year period, I was just so freaking out, thinking, oh my god, my hair's gonna fall out again. I did everything I can to sort of make sure that like that didn't happen. And I was just really cautious. I was cautious about colouring it. I was nervous about styling it, but I was fine for 8 years. And seriously, took those 8 years for granted as well, because now it's happening again. I'm like, ah, great. Like, you know, I had 8 years where my hair was fine. Anyway, so that was like 8 years ago. Then it was about 2 years ago now. So hair was fine for 8 years. 8 years after it stopped, like obviously started. Then 2 years ago, my hair started to fall out again. I didn't really understand sort of what was causing it. Again, went to the doctor, had blood tests, everything like that. the shedding started really, really badly, and it got dramatic quite quickly. So again, I'm losing clumps and clumps of hair. Washing, I'd cry on hair wash days. Like, I literally couldn't even deal with it. So that happened. Now that went on for about a year. I went to see a specialist trichologist in Wimbledon. She was very helpful. She did all my bloods, everything like that. Basically said it was stress related. I had some regrowth coming through. The shedding didn't slow down. So that all happened. Again, that went on for about a year. After about 8 months, when she saw how thin my hair got, she put me on some drops by Philip Kingsley. They were 2% minoxidil this time, because apparently 5% is quite a lot. 2% minoxidil and a DHT blocker. When I say I had to bully her into giving me these drops, literally I was crying down the phone to her like every single day. I was like, you have to do something. Vitamin tablets aren't working. So she put me on these drops. After 3 weeks, which isn't long, bearing in mind my hair loss has been going on for a year at this point almost, they started to work. So I started to notice when I was brushing, my hair, like, I didn't have to pull all of this hair off my hairbrush. I noticed when I was washing, so it was a lot better. And I had weeks where it was bad, and then I had weeks where it was okay. But the way I saw it was, compared to how bad it was and how much better it was now, I was happy with those results. And I thought, do you know what, if it's working and I have to put these drops, like, it was like 1 ml of drops, like every single evening, just all over my scalp, and I'd rub it in, then fine, I'll do that. So I literally was taking those drops for about a year. So I was doing that, and I felt like the results were getting better. My hair did start to thicken back up. So I started to get loads of regrowth. I noticed it like on my parting. Obviously they're short hairs and my hair's quite long. So for the hair to grow down, obviously it's gonna take a while, and I was prepared for that. I didn't care. As long as my parting filled up and I saw results and the hair just stopped shedding and it didn't get any worse, I was happy with it. So obviously I continued doing that. I'd buy them every single month. I was like, do you know what? If I've got to do this for the rest of my life, so my hair doesn't fall out, whatever, like, I'll do it. It's not a big deal. And I was really happy. I was like, it stops. I'm getting somewhere. Like, things are okay. No, things weren't okay. Literally. So come January, a month ago, obviously with 2019, mid-January, guess what started happening? Brushing my hair, clumps of hair coming out. Washing my hair, clumps of hair coming out. Bearing in mind, it only stopped shedding in that gap for about 9 months. So my hair hadn't fully recovered. Like I said, for me, this is very, very, very thin. It doesn't look thin, but knowing my hair, like, I'm Eastern European, so naturally I've got ridiculously thick hair. And I've got quite a big head, to be honest with you as well. I feel like I've got like a really big head. So when like my hair thins, you can like really notice it. So for me, this is thinner. And when I say clumps of hair are coming out every day, like every day is pretty much getting thinner. I'm not even being dramatic. So it started coming out again. Contacted my old trichologist. She was just like, we'll get some new bloods done. Are your iron levels okay? Like ferritin. Ferritin is really important, to be fair to you. Like, if your ferritin is anything under like 80, then, you know, you need to get it up, because 80 is the level it needs to be for like maximum hair growth and like just to even keep your hair. So bloods are fine. She literally said to me, there's not really much you can do. I'm a determined person. If there's a problem, I believe that everything is fixable and there's a way around something. It's just got to be. Like, you can't just say to somebody, do you know what, this is happening, nothing you can do about it. Like, in this day and age, really, like, there's a lot of things you can do to fix stuff. Minoxidil, in my personal opinion, isn't the way to do it. And if anything, it just causes more damage to your hair. Your body becomes addicted to it. It will stop the shedding initially, but then it makes it a lot worse. And eventually, when it stops working, but your body's still addicted to it and needs it, it makes your shedding worse. So basically, you go back to square one, if not like worse than where you were, basically. So I just wish I never even went down that road. But at the time, you know, I was desperate, like many girls are that suffer with hair loss. We all know that our hair is our, like, it's like our crown. Like, mine is my security blanket. And when hair loss is happening, it can literally make you feel that big. It's just the worst thing, and I wouldn't wish it upon anyone. So basically, obviously, I went back to this lady who I was dealing with again, and I was like, you know, what can we do? She said to me, in her professional opinion, there just isn't much we can actually do. And I couldn't accept that as an answer. And I said to her, you know, if you're not going to do something, then I'll find someone that basically will help me in the nicest possible way. Obviously, it is quite a frustrating issue to deal with. Every day is important because your hair comes out so much. She was saying I just have TE, which basically means that my hair, like cycle, gets kicked into like shedding mode. And I suffer from it chronically. So instead of, you know, going on a 3-month shed where your hair will come out like a little bit more, mine can kick in for like a year and I can lose up to like 80% of my hair at a time over that year span. So I was like, you know what, I can't literally sit here and wait for that to happen. Like, I can't do that again like I did 8 years ago, and I'm just not going to accept no for an answer. So I went to a world-renowned clinic in London, probably one of the leading hair loss clinics. They practice in New York, they practice over here, they're very highly rated. Went for a consult, which was very, very expensive. It cost me £450. And I basically sat in front of a woman and she told me that there's nothing wrong, it's gonna be fine, and I'm gonna have to wait for it to stop shedding. To pay £450 to be told that there's nothing wrong with you is obviously quite frustrating. Seeing as I did say to her, look, I sat down with someone before and they told me that there's nothing wrong. It's just excessive shedding and it will die down. A year later, we're sitting here with like 80% less hair. So, you know, take me seriously when I'm telling you my medical history and telling you that, you know, this isn't normal for my body and there is something wrong and I'm trying to deal with it before it basically gets any worse. That was that. And I walked out of there feeling really frustrated. I walked out of there thinking, okay, well, this obviously isn't going to work because I'm not going to wait 6 months, a year to go back there for her to tell me, oh, actually, you know what, you know, there is something wrong now and let's find something to fix it. And to be honest with you, when I researched it a little bit further, the only thing she could really do for me was give me more minoxidil drops, and I'm already taking them from my other clinician. So feeling really frustrated, obviously looking at options, I'm thinking I don't really know what to do anymore. I researched it a little bit further and I looked into a dermatologist basically to see obviously what they could do for me, and I found a clinic in Harley Street. Now, the Harley Street clinic, the person that I'm seeing at the moment, is very good. And this is a lot of the reason why I wanted to start doing this now, because I'm going to be blogging my whole process with him to see if it actually works, so that you guys or anybody that's dealing with hair loss won't make the same mistakes I did in regards to going down the route of minoxidil. If there is actually another option, which is a more natural option that could actually work for you. Look, pumping yourself full of vitamins, it's not really going to work. I mean, it could work, but it takes a long time for those vitamins to actually reach inside your body and reach your hair follicle. And if your body is eating those nutrients for other things, then it's, you know, it's going to take a very, very long time. And when your hair's falling out at a quick rate, you don't really have that time. Like, you know, it's not gifted to us, basically. So I went to see, obviously, he's a surgeon, by the way, surgeon on Harley Street. He deals with microsurgery, and he specialises in hair transplant surgery. Now listen, I'm not an idiot. I don't need to have hair transplant surgery, and hopefully I will never be at that stage where I need to have hair transplant surgery. But what he also does is, where he started doing hair transplant surgeries, he also focused a lot on hair loss, you know, why it happens, what causes it, and ways to basically fix it as well. So he offers 2 things. He offers something called mesotherapy and PRP. So these are something that I was really interested in doing, and oh my God, it's not cheap to do it, but apparently the results of it are really, really worth it. With the mesotherapy, what it basically does is it's injections all over your scalp, and it delivers the direct nutrients that your follicles need directly into your scalp. So instead of taking it orally and waiting for it to go through your whole system, you inject it directly into your scalp once every, I think, 7 to 10 days, and then it, you know, your body will just absorb it and it should stop the shedding. It doesn't matter what it's caused by. He's diagnosed me with alopecia, and he's saying that I'm thinning a lot on the sides and around the back, which is, okay, fine, where I've noticed it getting really thin. Regardless of whatever it is, TE, alopecia, balding spots from alopecia, these types of injections should work for it. So what the mesotherapy does is it injects all the nutrients you need directly into your scalp, so your body's getting it there and then, and it goes right where basically your follicles are on your scalp. And then the PRP is basically, it's like the vampire facelift. So basically they take your blood, they spin it, so they release all of like the platelet-rich plasma, I think it is, and then they re-inject it back into your scalp. And this new growth stimulates your cells to sort of like reboot themselves basically, and your follicles to regrow. So if any of your follicles are damaged, what it should do is rejuvenate them. So basically they will regrow. So you only literally need like 3 sessions of the PRP. It is quite an intensive thing. The mesotherapy is more like 10 sessions. So it is quite a longer gap. He was saying to me, so initially you'd only really need to do sort of like a gap close together. So like an intense course basically, and then 2 to 3 months sort of like maintenance, I guess, to keep it at bay and stop it shedding and make sure your like hair regrows and stuff like that. So obviously feeling like I am on my last option now, like I don't really know what else to do, I was like, okay, let's do it. So I went to see him 2 weeks ago. So I think it was not Saturday, just gone Saturday before that. We're Sunday today. Sunday the 24th, I think. I don't know, like, I haven't looked at my calendar in ages. So I think we're Sunday the 24th today, and I went to see him like 2 Saturdays ago. And I had my first round of mesotherapy. So I had injections like all over my scalp. He put like a little vibrating thing on my scalp, I guess to detract from like the pain of it. It didn't really hurt. And then he just did injections. There's no downtime needed with these injections. So it is quite like a straightforward process. He literally just like injects you and you go. You can wash your hair normal, you can go to the gym, you can do whatever you basically want to do. It's like not a big deal. And he was saying to do 2 courses of the mesotherapy, 1 PRP, 2 more courses of mesotherapy, 1 PRP. So you get 3 of the PRP, and then the rest of the 10 mesotherapies are like spread out. Going to see him pretty much like every 10 days. So I've got my next round of mesotherapy next week on Thursday, which I'm really excited about. And what I'm basically going to be doing, vlogging the whole process. So I've had 1 course already of the mesotherapy, and I'll be taking you guys with me to have my second lot of injections for the mesotherapy. And then 10 days after that, I'll be having my first injections for the PRP. So he's telling me after 3 mesotherapies and 1 PRP, I should notice my hair to stop shedding and starting to recover. So it'd be very interesting to monitor if really these injections work and if they can actually work that quickly and I see results from it. Not even just see results from it, see results from it that are actually gonna last and work. And I just think, you know, if there is a simple option out there where you're not putting chemicals on your scalp every day, using these fad shampoos, you know, like stuff like that, that is a case of something natural being injected in, or your own blood being basically put back in to rejuvenate, then, you know, it's an option that a lot of people should consider and look at. So basically what I want to do is I want to vlog what my hair's like before, what my hair's like step by step throughout the process, when I start noticing results, if I even notice results, and how the process is. I'll obviously introduce you hopefully to the surgeon doing these injections for me as well, and basically the process from start to finish. If you guys have any questions about it, then obviously let me know. I'm very, very, very passionate about hair loss, and I know it's something that a lot of women suffer from that they don't tell anyone, and they don't know where to turn, and you know, your normal GP can't usually help you with these types of things, a specialist has to. So I'm very passionate about it. So if there's any questions about the process while I'm going through it, let me know. If you guys want a recommendation of where to go if it works, then obviously let me know. I'm more than happy to give over my surgeon's details. And if you just need any help throughout the process, obviously, you know, I am here. I've done a lot of research into it. I'm trying to make sure I'm doing the best thing moving forward. And obviously I'm going to be hopefully taking you guys step by step throughout the whole process, so you can actually see the results as well. What I will do when I next do my next video is I'll go through like a breakdown of like prices, timescales. I'll let you guys know like how forward booked I am for all my injections, how I'm finding the process, if I'm getting any pain, if I'm getting any side effects, and pretty much sort of like all of that stuff. And then hopefully in like 3 months time we can sit here and obviously see some results and see what's happened. So that pretty much in a nutshell is my hair loss story. It's ongoing. I'm nowhere near the end of it yet, unfortunately. But what I am trying to do is just sort of figure out, obviously, a way around it and how to make it stop. And hopefully those are things that could work for other people as well, which would be really good. What I'm also going to do, on like a more positive note, is I'm doing Invisalign at the moment. So I will be doing a separate video in relation to my Invisalign. Subscribe, so obviously you get updates on that. My teeth are like really tricky to like fix. So I'm doing Invisalign at the moment. I'm about 12 weeks in. I'm on refinements at the moment. I'll post like before and after pictures and talk you through like my whole Invisalign process. The main issue with why I went with Invisalign and why I didn't like my teeth was actually my gum line. It wasn't even necessarily that my teeth were really, really crooked. I just felt like I had like a really gummy smile, and I didn't want to have to go down the route of like ripping all my teeth out to fix that. So my cosmetic dentist is absolutely amazing, and he's fixing it for me with Invisalign. And he's going to be doing composite bonding or composite veneers on the top like row of my teeth and contouring my gum line as well. So super excited for the results on that. Like when you see the before and after, you're going to be like, like how the hell did he actually achieve that over like a 3 or 4 month period? It's insane. So I'm going to be going a little bit more in depth on the Invisalign process. And obviously before I get my bonding and the after results and everything like that, which is really interesting. And then another video that will be popping up soon, so obviously make sure you subscribe for this as well, is cool sculpting. Something that I've always really wanted to try. I've got like stubborn fat on my stomach, which doesn't matter how much I go to the gym, doesn't go away, it really irritates me. So I'm going to be looking into, I found a clinic who I've dealt with like for quite a long time. They're going to be doing hopefully some cool sculpting on me as well. And what I'll be doing again is vlogging like the whole experience of that. So you'll get to see like the before and after results. I know it takes about 2 to 3 months to see the full result of it basically. But it is something really interesting, and I want to know if it's a fad or like, you know, it actually works. So that's going to be quite a cool thing. And then there's loads of other stuff that I'm going to be posting on here. It's going to be like everyday issues, hair, skin, you know, ways to fix stuff, home remedies, like literally so many things. So all beauty related. And then yeah, so that's pretty much it. Subscribe obviously to my channel to make sure you get my next video for when I actually go up for obviously my second session of mesotherapy. And obviously, you know, see the process, see how like non-invasive it is. It's literally like an in and out appointment. And then obviously to monitor the actual results of it as well. And then also subscribe, because I'm going to be doing some reviews on what to do while you're dealing with hair loss, how to style your hair, like what to do. Should you cut it short? Should you keep it long? Like what's best? My surgeon told me off when I went to see him. He told me to cut all my hair short like up to here. And I looked at him, I was like, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not cutting my hair short like that. So I'm trying to avoid that at the moment. I had 2 inches cut off it the other day. It was a lot longer. Might still have to cut it short if it doesn't stop falling out, but obviously I want to try and avoid that if I can. That's pretty much it for today. So that's just like the lowdown of why I'm here, what videos I'm going to be posting, what's going to be going on, and obviously the process that I'll be taking you guys through. So thanks for watching. Obviously please subscribe to my channel so you guys can see step by step everything. You don't miss out on any videos. They are going to be like super interesting and, you know, quite beneficial and helpful. So yeah, thanks for your time, and I'll speak to you soon.